Hi Leo, and welcome to your 2020 tarot forecast. In this reading, I'm going to cover a lot of different areas of your life, and it's going to be a bit of a longer reading. I'm going to start off by pulling a numerology card to see what your special number is, your lucky number is, or the number that holds the most significance for you in 2020. And I highly recommend that you do a search to see what the angel messages or other spiritual meanings behind the number that I pull for you. So let's see, Leo. You guys are coming out as a master number, and it is number 22, and that is attached to your intuition, Leo. And also this orange, I see sacral chakra, so that's your empathy center. You empaths out there, get ready for a huge expansion. Some of you Leos who are like, empath what? You are about to dive into the world of emotions and connections in a very different way than you have been experiencing up to this point. It's time on your life journey for this shift, and it's where you are really connecting into others at their core, and they're connecting into you at their core, and it's just a different experience. It's where words aren't so important. You just really feel each other. You really vibe with each other. All right. Also with intuition, Leo, 2020 is going to be a spiritual year for you. Just this coming out as your number, intuition, a year of learning to really trust yourself as well. Ooh, Leo. Okay, so master number, you are coming into mastery in 2020 and 2020, beautiful significance and synchronicity there. So I'm going to pull a card now to see, what object or symbols your angels, your spirit guides, your passed on loved ones are going to use with you in 2020 to give you guidance, to give you clarity, confirmation, as well as letting you know that they are near and you are not alone. Ooh, keys. Leo, this is going to be a good year for you, just because of the message also attached to this. But most importantly, keys. You find keys outside on the ground, random keys in your house, even if it's like in a junk drawer and you open it up and you're going in there to find something else, like a battery or something, and you find an old key or old set of keys. There is significance to that. It's not just some meaningless find, okay? That's your angels, that's your spirit guides, your passed on loved ones, bringing your attention to those objects and finding them outside, seeing them in pictures, just in your reality. And if it's, if you're finding like physical keys, that's significant. But the more that it's showing up, like physical reality, like, an actual key, or seeing it in pictures, the more and more it's showing up, really trust that's your guides. And also, Leo, doors are opening for you guys in 2020, with keys being like this significant object between you and your spiritual team. A lot of doors are opening for you, especially in spirituality, your intuition, your spiritual gifts, your creativity, your passion, your empathy, your divine feminine energy is really being like healed and activated. Whether you are male or female, that's your sacral chakra. You're being healed and activated in that space, in that area of you, of your soul. Many doors opening, and keys, finding keys, so significant. You're feeling down, you're feeling sad, and all of a sudden you find this random key. No, that is your angels saying, Leo, I'm with you. It's going to be okay. Doors are opening for you this year. And something I didn't say in the intro is this reading is geared towards more of a positive feel and outlook. It's not to say negative things won't happen and occur, but I don't feel like that's something we should really be focused on when we're looking at the year ahead. It should be positive and, give you something to be optimistic for and reach for. And for you guys, Leo, it's a very spiritual year. It was also, if you have any connection to Gemini, like your Gemini moon, Gemini rising, Gemini had a similar message of like a year of tuning into their spiritual gifts, as well as a big expansion to their intuition. So I'm going to get right into your Overall reading now, Leo, we're going to look at your love and romance, as well as all the other relationships in your life, friends, family, social, and then the abundance that's going to change and shift for you, as well as the area of your life that's going to receive the most growth in a positive way in 2020. So, okay, this is a little bonus message, but let's pull a card about your relationships and your love. That is significant though, but it jumping out before I began is like bonus. Okay, so in love and romance, ooh, Leo, we are overcoming some stuff. We are walking away from some toxic situations, whether romantically, friendships, family ships, business relationships, just whatever, you know, the situations and connections that you have where they don't help you, they take from you, they bring you down, you're there out of obligation or history or emotional attachment, you know, all the red tape that keeps us bound up with relationships that are just not good for us. Like, you're done with that, you are cutting ties, you're walking away, and that has a lot to do with this spiritual awakening and expansion that's taking place for you guys. Whether you consider yourself a spiritual person or not, like, this is what's happening. Like, you are spiritually awakening, and in that space, what happens is you will come into having more love and honor and respect for yourself, and just feeling your divinity, and it will be like nails on a chalkboard, somebody disrespecting you, dishonoring you, taking you for granted, using you, lying to you, because with this intuition and expansion, you know, in that area, Leo, you're going to know when somebody's lying to you. You're just going to feel it, and you're not going to tolerate it. And instead of personalizing it or feeling sad or getting your feelings hurt, it's more like you feel empowered and like, nope, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm done. I'm going to walk away. So let's see what the bonus energy is. Oh, okay. So, I mean, look at that. Boundaries. Yeah, you are done. You are not putting up with anybody's crap in 2020. I see you kind of going within and reassessing and reevaluating. So Leo, 2020 is a powerful year for you, and lots of shifting in your relationship sector of your life, and this is all relationships. So let's see what's going on with your abundance, and this could be money, finances, job, career, or abundance of some other kind. You know, let's see what Spirit would like to talk about. Purification. Wow, Leo, you are doing this purging, this walking away, this laying of boundaries, because like all of this energy really like holds you down and doesn't allow you to reach your potential or to feel as good as you should feel. The sunflower right there, you know, you guys are ruled by the sun. The sun card in the tarot deck is associated to you guys as well. And so it's like, there's been some rain clouds that are stealing your shine, and you are cutting them off. You're walking away from all of that, because you, Leo, you are the sunflower. Post Malone, Swali, that song, you should listen to it. And, you know, people that cannot honor you and appreciate you for all that you are, every aspect of yourself, good and bad, they steal your shine. And they don't allow you to thrive and reach your potential, and you're becoming very aware of that and focused on that, and like it irritates you and you can't handle it, you can't deal with it. So these situations, relationships, like the reason why you are going to have this purge is because your energy, you're going to elevate, you're going to rise, you are being spiritually activated, your consciousness is expanding, you're going into like a different way of perception of experiencing reality. It's time on your life journey for this shift. Master number, you're coming into mastery to something in 2020, and the first step of that has to do with getting rid of the old, like what doesn't serve you, what just pulls you down and steals your shine, like big old rain cloud. So let's pull a card now to see the area of your life that's going to experience the most growth in a very positive, good way for all the Leos out there. Okay, so you guys have the 4th house, your home, and the roots of your being. I am not surprised to see this. 4th house has to do with family, karma, your home, your roots, your foundation, all of those things in which you like identify yourself, establish yourself, your safe haven, and your roots, okay, and like the roots of your being, who and what you are. That's why these relationships are going. And we're going to pull way more cards, because if you're having this purge, Leo, that means that there's new connections coming in. And also with 4th house being where you're having the most change, and well, I shouldn't say the most change, the most growth for in a positive sense. There's a lot of karmic energy that you've worked through and completed in 2019, which is allowing this spiritual activation and elevation to take place in 2020. And so many of you, the connections that you want in your life, they have to feel like soulmates to you. You're no longer going to entertain like artificial relationships just to save face or to be nice or to for being pleasant, like all of that. Like you're no longer going to put energy into that for whatever reason. You guys are getting very focused on your future. Some of you, it looks like you're going to have a focus on like purchasing a home or moving, a big significant move, starting a family, adding to your family, changes in your family. But ultimately, Leo, it's growth in you, the essence of you. You've cleared karma and you're expanding, and your roots like go even deeper, so you don't feel like you are kind of blowing in the wind when hard times come or things get really heavy. You're not going to feel overwhelmed anymore. You feel very solid and stable as you move through 2020. So let's pull some more cards to add on to this message. Pegasus, there you go, Leo. You guys are rising. It's time for more meaningful and significant relationships and connections, love, friends, family. It doesn't matter, history, attachment, connection. It's like it doesn't matter, Leo. You are activated in your soul, and even if you're already spiritually gifted and aware, you are about to have a big expansion. You know, you're rising. The Pegasus flies. That's the air energy. That's the mental body, the expansion of your consciousness, the activation of your soul right here in purification. Shore of Trials. So 2019, and you know, look at this is card 19 and this is card 17. So I'm going to say for some of you all through 2019, but maybe for others of you all the way back starting in 2017, you've been going through a lot of soul growth, which, you know, shore of trials, a lot of trials and tribulations, a lot of stress, a lot of challenges, a lot of different struggles. And now, Leo, an abundance of like purifying energy for you to purge and shed, because you've made it through the storm. You've learned your lessons. You've, balanced your karma. It's time for certain karmic contracts to now resolve and end, because you've completed it. And you're stepping into just like this whole different reality of connecting and experiencing and relating with others. And if you're really sensitive and spiritual, it's like you're finally aligning with people who can meet you in that space, okay? And if that's not the case, then it's like you are finally getting in that space to meet others there. So it can really go either way, but your connections are improving and you're getting rid of a lot of karmics in 2020. Under 4th house, we have the balance. Now, this, even though she's blindfolded there, Leo, this is a positive card. It's like no matter what happens, like you have your balance. She's standing on the books like you've learned, you've grown, you've expanded, you are rising up above. And even though you're way up here, you're very strongly rooted. Your foundation is strong and you're not swaying in the wind. You're not confused. You're not unhappy. You're not disappointed with your choices, with your life. Like, all of that's fading away. 2020 is really an empowering year for you, coming into your own, setting down boundaries, learning like the true depth of your divinity, worth, your personal power, coming into your own. Like I said, it's a year of mastery and also a year of spiritual awakening for you. So let's pull, and don't forget, oh, okay, yeah. So the keys and the house, Leo, absolutely. Some of you, this is about like buying a home or making a big move, maybe buying your dream home. But there it is in your cards for 2020. And this, I just want to point out, isn't just like an insignificant move. Like, if this speaks to you, this is a big deal. Like, you're buying your dream house, or you're buying your first house, or you're moving in together with somebody perhaps, you know, or you're expanding your family in some way. So it's significant for those of you that speaks to. Ooh. Okay, so we basically had the relationship section fall down, and we have the Ten of Pentacles with that, Leo. Yes, you guys have worked through many struggles and challenges and lessons in relationships over the course of the last several years, and you are done. Leo, so much karma is completing. It's unreal. Like, 2020 is just going to be a different year. And this here being the Pentacles, the 10, it's talking about the completion of that, but also the connections that are coming into your life, or that you're growing closer to, that are already existent if you're not walking away from them, are like you feel like you can trust them, you feel supported, you feel like you're among your people, you're not questioning, you know, if somebody really has your back. Like, you just feel loved and supported as you move through 2020 in the relationships and connections that you do have. And look at this. For abundance, we've got some magic. The trials are over. Like, you guys have been through so much, and now it's time for you to blossom and bloom and be the sunflower that you are, and just shine bright and not care what other people say. And, you know, this feels like it's such a happier year as well. Seven of Wands. You have the upper hand, Leo. Finally, like, you have the upper hand. You feel like you have your footing. You feel optimistic. I don't know, you know, this is just a general reading, but man, I just keep getting like that 2019 all the way back to 2017 has been really heavy and tough and challenging for you guys in all different ways. Some of you, it's like you've been battling the shadow within, you know, just trying to work through a lot of different things that have happened in your life and finally heal and expand and overcome them. Others of you, you know, this is just like different relationships and connections bring you down, make you sad, obligations, it's like not this authentic soul to soul, heart to heart, and that's just not going to work anymore. No matter what, it's like it must be a soulmate to you in 2020, or you don't have the interest to put the energy into it. And finally, you know, the fourth house. Whoa. That's never happened like that before. Let's see what that card was. Ooh, the Seven of Swords. Yes, that's Spirit confirming for me. Seven of Swords is heavy heart energy, feeling betrayed, feeling used, feeling lied to, all of that type of energy, Leo. You are done with that. And you see, it's like it through 2017, 2018, 2019, it could have been like, you felt bigger than you, like just the circumstances, the relationships, the situations, just everything going on, it felt bigger than you, and kind of like you just have to go with the status quo, or like you can't push against, like you felt restricted and it didn't feel fair whatsoever. And now in 2020, it's like all those things that made you feel small or held you back or made you feel disempowered, they are tiny compared to you and what you are expanding into, and they can't penetrate you, they can't hurt you, they can no longer harm you. So that is very significant. And you see that yellow, it brings me back to the sunflower, like the sun in the sky, and the gray, like no more rain clouds stealing your you know, sunshine and happiness. It's like dissipating. So wow, I love that. That was a beautiful confirmation from Spirit, Leo. All right. Okay, so here we go. For relationships, we have the Queen of Swords. So this is where we are being very honest and authentic and truthful with each other. So those are your connections. Also, an air sign could be significant for you. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius as a new connection coming in, a new relationship of some kind, or an existing relationship where you guys are finally getting very authentic and real with each other and just sharing your hearts and souls and the truth. But this is a card of like, you can trust, it's honest, it's real, it's true, it's raw. There's no holding back regardless of what we have to say. Here it is, and there's respect and honor in that space. And ooh, you got the Ace of Swords, Archangel Michael with you in 2020. You are so empowered, Leo, and look at the boundaries, the walking away from the relationships. You have the power to cut yourself free and escape the oppression, these unnecessary, it's like, I keep feeling like the word obligation, but in 2020, your perception shifts and you realize it's a choice. It's not an obligation. And you have the mental and emotional strength to break free, to cut yourself free, or finally there's these new opportunities coming to you that put you in a place of empowerment where you can break free and walk away. And now we have the Eight of Swords. My goodness, all these swords coming through. Where you felt restricted and held back, Leo, yeah, that's what's changing for you, all right? And, you know, I see this really strongly in relationships, like home and family, like your foundation, your roots. It could really be in any area of your life, as this is a general reading for all Leos. But Leo, it's 2020 is a year of empowerment, and with all this swords energy, I mean, all of those are swords. That's like such clarity coming to to your mental body. And last one to jump is the Eight of Pentacles. Yep, Leo, you have learned your lessons at a soul level, life lessons, karmic lessons, all of that you've been working on. That 7-8 is 2017, 2018, and through 2019. And now it's done, it's resolved, and it's time for your entire life to shift, and 2020 to bring you into a whole different place of being. It's a spiritual year. You're mastering that aspect of you now, Leo. That's where you're shifting. Is what suits your soul, what soothes your soul, what it grows you in that space. It's not about like what you have and money and status and all of those things. No, it's all about the soul. It's about spirituality, connection, relating, vulnerability, support, true love, doors opening for you, Leo. So wow, 2020 is a very nice year for all the Leos out there. Now, you guys' reading is running super long, Leo. Spirit has a lot to say to you guys. And, you know, I do absolutely feel a spiritual awakening taking place in some of you, a big expansion to the spiritual gifts that you already possess. Just because you're in this, like, mastery, this spiritual mastery and your intuition, you just feel everything, and people can't lie to you, and you know when somebody's being true and authentic and when somebody's just full of crap, and you don't, even if you like love them, you don't care anymore. You're like, no, I can't dishonor myself like this. This is false. This isn't what I want to participate in. Therefore, I give myself permission to break free. And you just, I don't know, I feel like you've been very accommodating or just felt very restricted in 2019. All right, so let's look at blessings coming your way, Leo. A blessing on your day. Yes, Leo, with that being your blessing for 2020, that's like where you're going to have more happy and positive days than you're going to have sad, negative, and depressed days. Like 2020 is a breath of fresh air, and you're just so connected into the vibes and into yourself that life feels different. All right, so let's see what area of your life is going to experience the biggest change. I mean, we see this change in relationships and spirituality as well as your home and your roots. But let's see what else is coming out. Oh, 8th house, endings and beginnings. There you go, Leo. And, you know, gosh darn. 5 is the number of change. I'm not doing that right. I got to do it just perfect for it to stay. There we go. So this is card 5. That's card 32. So that would be a 5. 5 is the number of change. Leo, that is a theme going on for you in 2020. The 8th house energy is major transformational energy. It's karma, it's intense emotions and, you know, heavy connections, deep soul lessons. You guys are done with that in 2020. It's the change out of that energy. You guys are the phoenix rising from the ashes, absolutely, with that card coming out there. So, you know, we see this focus on spirituality, activation and expansion to your intuition and sacral chakra. So let's see, you know, what Spirit wants to bring out about soul lessons, life lessons that you may be focused on in 2020. The healer. You are focused on healing, Leo. Oh, I love it. You guys are spiritually awakening and expanding. Leo, who you guys are going to be at the end of 2020 is nothing like who you are right now when you're watching this reading. So much is going to happen and change for you guys. So much shifting in your relationships. A lot of you are moving. A lot of doors are opening for you guys. You're learning to trust yourself over anything else. Just being connected into the vibes of the universe, of spirit. We have Lady Autumn. So it's a year of harvest and positive return and reward for you as well, Leo. Pat yourself on the back because that 8th house energy, you know, working through that, whew, that is heavy stuff. It is not fun. That's dark night of the soul stuff right there. All right, so the Enchanted Emporium, and this is coming out under your blessings, and it's card number 1. So that definitely depicts a brand new beginning happening inside of you, and a lot of blessings coming your way in 2020. These doors opening for you, Leo. And look at that sorrow under the 8th house. This is the biggest change. You are coming out of this energy. I knew I was feeling that so strongly. You know, in the first set of cards, and there it is. You've completed your lessons, and you guys have balanced a lot of karma. All right, and that could extend all the way from past lifetime. In 2020, it's like you are focused on you, what is good for you, healing your heart, mind, and soul, cutting out the toxic, changing habits and behavior, having higher thoughts of yourself, knowing your self-worth and your value, really tapping into your spiritual gifts, your spirituality, strengthening your relationship to spirit, to your spirit guide, to the angels, Leo. Powerful. And now we have the adventure. Yes, Leo, 2020 is going to be lots of fun as you explore yourself and your spirituality, and you heal and you expand. You are going to enjoy this. You are going to enjoy 2020. All right, let's pull some tarot dice. Ships finally coming in. This is under your blessings, Leo. Yay. And under the biggest change, we have this 2 of Cups. such better relationships and connections for you guys in 2020 with the Two of Cups. And again, that heart and soulmate connections. You guys are shedding your karmics. You have resolved those contracts. And now it's time to really align to your soul tribe. And some soul tribe members are already in your life. And those relationships are going to heal and become even stronger. And you're going to meet at that soul space, heart to heart. And look at this. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, and that's all about new beginnings, very solid, stable new beginnings for Leo. Healing to your money, healing to your relationships, healing to your heart, mind, and soul. Leo, you guys have been through so much over the last few years, and you've done the work. You've grown. You're expanding into all of that in 2020 and shedding a lot of heavy negative energy, negative people, because I just feel so much karmic energy. And now that you've done that, you're going through that purification, that dark night of the soul. You're done. And now you're coming into your mastery, Leo, really connecting into your soul. Okay, cosmic consciousness right there. There you are. That's part of your blessing, your intuition. You're tapped in, you're expanding, you're growing. More good days than bad days in 2020. And look at this, the Five of Manifestations. This, you see like all this destruction, and there's this beautiful butterfly flying away. Leo, that is you. You are the phoenix rising from the ashes. That's attached to 8th house energy. And there you go, the end of sorrow. And that's another 5. So 555, you've got that really strong emphasis of big time changes coming in 2020. And lastly, we have the 10 of activations. Look at that. Whoo, Leo, here's your consciousness, here's your spirituality, here's your spiritual gifts, all of that rising up above and expanding. You have done a lot of work, and Spirit just keeps reiterating that over and over throughout your reading. So, Leo, 2020, big changes coming into your life all across the board, but most significant is just how you're going to become much more spiritually based and connected into yourself. And in that space, it allows you to connect with others in a much more authentic and vulnerable way. And you're healing from a lot of pain and wounds and sorrow and sadness and like restriction and challenge and just the struggle that has really, you know, left you sad and dry and empty inside, Leo. And now 2020 is the replenishment for you, the reward. Karmic contracts resolved, the scales are balanced, and it's time for the reward. It's time for things to feel solid and stable. It's time for really strong, beautiful, soul-based relationships, and a lot more happy, beautiful, blessed days in 2020 than what you have been experiencing in 2019 and even, you know, prior to that. Also, those of you, you know, awakening to your spiritual self, your spiritual gifts, some of you may find that you are a healer for others, okay? Or you may really get into working with energy, working with auras, things like that, just because of, you know, all the messages that come with that card of the healer. Some of you, if you've been thinking about maybe becoming like a nurse or a caretaker of some kind, that would be your confirmation, because 8th house is major transformation. Things are shifting and changing, and it's like you're not the same person by the end of 2020. And I know we all change every year, but Leo, this is it's very significant. And who you are not the same person. It's so many doors opening. Gosh, what a blessed year for you. That's all I got to say about that. You're coming into mastery of yourself, expanding your spirituality, or your spirituality getting activated for the first time. So Leo, those are your messages for 2020. I'm wishing you all a very beautiful and blessed year. Take care.